Good morning, everyone. I had mentioned to somebody in our particular room at World Summit that I was thinking about starting a little mornings with tea thing. And he said, great. What time? I'm like, dude, I see what you're doing. You're holding my feet to the fire. So I'm gonna try to do this around 9 a.m. Eastern time, which would be 6 a.m. Pacific time. But I have my coffee with me right now. I'm just waking up, and I have something in my eye. But I had, mornings, creative mornings and all that. I was thinking about something I was talking to Joe about yesterday, and I came up with an idea, a little fun thing. So I wanted to try it out this morning, and I have done one little test run, but I want to do another one here with you and show you what I was thinking, because it's kind of cute. In my mind, it turned out way better. But grab a piece of paper, any piece of paper, and let's do this together. Oh, and also get like maybe a black or a brown or dark blue pen, some kind of heavy, maybe even a marker. I'm using a little Sharpie, and then I just grabbed some highlighters. So if you have any kind of colored something, whatever your favorite color is, just grab your favorite color, and one piece of paper, and we're gonna get a little artsy craftsy this morning. I'm going to face you down to the table, and I'll try and make sure that you can actually see what I'm doing, because I haven't tried that before, and we'll get to doing something fun. But while I'm doing this, go ahead and pause the video and get yourself some tea or some coffee or something, because it's early here. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I just grabbed a notebook here, tear a piece of paper out. You don't have to tear these little edges off, it doesn't really matter. But we're gonna fold one of the corners, and it doesn't matter what corner. It doesn't matter if you fold it down or bottom up. And I'm sure some of you have done some stuff like this before, so feel free to follow along or go ahead until we get to the next part. I like to crease this down really well, because we're going to rip this off, and it just rips easier when you have a nice crease. And then open it up and fold it into the next corner. So now you have both of your folds up like this. We're going to turn it over so it's kind of like a little pyramid. We're going to flatten it out, and we're going to fold the corners in. Now here it's important to, don't worry about putting the tip of the paper in the corner. Line up wherever it is that the crease is with the crease across, because I don't always fold stuff right, and I found that it's just a lot easier to match up the folds than it is to worry about, matching up the pointy stuff. Like you, I get picky about stuff, and this is just one of those things that you want to focus on the lines instead of the tips. So I like to leave just a little bit of space, sorry, just because I don't fold well. So, and it makes it easier. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. We're going to try and get these. You definitely want to make sure these folds are not overlapping each other. That's kind of an important thing here, or it just won't work right. I haven't made one of these in a long time, but I have a different twist on it, okay? So don't start writing on it or anything right now. All right. Okay, as you can see, mine is not perfect. You know, my corners don't match up there, and there they kind of overlap and stuff. Don't worry about that. Now we're going to fold it in towards itself, and we're going to crease that down, and then flip it over, fold it in half again, and crease that down, because we're going to want those creases there. And then we're going to take your black pen, and I would say start from the outside edge, maybe halfway, kind of, you know, make yourself a little line right there, and then make your, you know, kind of envision where the inside corner is, right there. And we're going to draw a long, barely sloping connection between those. And my marker is kind of dry, but that's okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Mark it about halfway. Find your starting point. And again, make it long and kind of drawn. You don't really want to go big and archy. You can do it however you want to. But I prefer to do it this way. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing. So this one's halfway, so right here we're going to flip it over and make sure that we mark the point on the halfway mark there as well. And then we're going to make another long slopey. And then here's our halfway point, so I want to kind of make that the same there. And there's that. It kind of gives me something to shoot towards. Okay. And now, here, we're going to make, imagine like a protractor, right? We're just going to make an arched circle. You know, however it is that you can. Try to go maybe 2/3 of the way up, roughly. You can make it as big or as small as you want, but I'm just going to try this one at about 2/3 of the way up to where this line is. So if I mark that about there, then that gives me kind of an idea of where I want to go here. So 2/3 there, and then I don't know how that'll work out, but we'll see. My circles aren't very circly this morning, but that's okay. All right. And then fold it to where you have two of the spaces together here. Not to where you have two of the lines coming together, but fold it to where you have two of the spaces coming together. And right here, start from this line and just kind of make some like sunshiny little lines there, okay? I like going from the inside out. Okay, we're just gonna do that on two of those. And then grab your favorite color, you know, whatever color works for you. I'm gonna use green. I like green. And we're gonna color in whatever your favorite color is. And this part is important. Make sure that you pick it up and kind of get a little picky and make sure that you get all of that circle filled in. Then flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. kind of going over mine a couple of times. I think my highlighter's starting to dry out a little bit. Also, you know, it's what happens when you've had them for a couple of years and you don't really use them. But also always store your highlighters upside down this way into a container, so that way the ink all flows to the tip. So even as it starts to lose the ink inside the little spongy thing in here, you can still use it. If you store them this way, which is what I see a lot of people doing, this way, then you gotta, you know, gravity is gonna pull the ink down to the bottom, and then when you go to use it, the tip's gonna be dry. So I know a lot of you know to store them upside down, but there's still people out there that don't. So I just wanted to mention that while I had it out, because it helps them last a lot longer, like a lot longer. All right, you got all your circles colored in. All right, now we're gonna put our fingers in here, and this doesn't always want to open up the right way, but try to work it so that you can get all of those in. And this is kind of what my idea was about Iris, the energy catcher. So anyway, just a little fun thing I was thinking about. And you can make this whatever shape, but a circle is just kind of easy. You can get a lot better and a lot more creative at it than I can. But anyway, there you go. That was my thought for this morning. Here's the little one that I made. A little tiny pink one. And this is the original one that I made with the little things on it. And I colored them black because I wanted to see if I could make it turn into eyelashes. And I found out that it was just easier to to draw it on. So this is Stu, and I made a box, a blue box on the inside for him because Stu lives in a box. We all know Stu, and sometimes he's blue, but you know, you can make him whatever color you want to. And then I put I left a little box right here, you know, just to kind of try to show the shine in his eye. But yeah, I tried coloring in the outside. I didn't like that either. And clearly the eyelashes didn't turn out quite as I had hoped. So yeah, this was attempt number 2. And this is Iris. And then here's the one that we just made. So, Iris the energy catcher. You guys have a great morning.